Hey guys, I'm Round 1 Fight, and this is my reaction to Cell vs. Metal Sonic, Dragon Ball vs. Sonic the Hedgehog, Death Battle. I am I'm excited for this one, though I'm a little nervous in a sense. This is my first time trying to record audio and video and whatever I guess you want to call this reaction with my computer instead. I think everything's up to snuff. I'll probably still work out the kinks in later reactions, but this one should be a test one, so sorry if the audio is a little weird and unbalanced at parts, since I like my voice to be heard, along with the actual audio, and all that. Anyway, I'm excited for, apparently, Devil Armus' final episode, so let's give you a good send-off, bro. Wish you the best. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Cell versus Metal Sonic.
Which copycat android is truly the superior model?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their
Animation
weapons,
looks really
armor,
good.
and skills to find out who
Most
would
of the
win
stuff we just saw
a
this
death
movie.
battle.
Okay.
There's a monster stalking Gingertown. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale. All it left behind was their clothes. Something ate these people's insides, leaving only a shadow behind.
I thought this was kind of like
Some
overdone a
driven
little,
only
but
by the
I think
need
this
to
is how the
feed.
original series
Earth's
did
new
it.
apex
Like,
predator,
oh,
the
so
ultimate
scary,
life
little
form.
The
monster.
Namekian Piccolo went to investigate this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning, because for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's origin was decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history, the Red.
I don't particularly understand why this is not. Oh. I'm stupid. My bad.
Ribbon Army.
Until they got
Couldn't see
rocked
that,
by
so
this
I
little
was
kung fu
wondering
gremlin,
if I could
Son
see it.
Goku.
But Red Ribbon's dream of revenge lived on within their head scientist, Dr. Giraud.
Hiding away in his spooky cave laboratory, Giraud would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything there was to know about them.
And building a series of androids
Wonder
that
how
would destroy
crazy they
his
would be
spiky
if
haired
you had,
nemesis
like,
once and for all.
He made a ton of them.
them.
Infinite energy
Well,
androids, key
similar
absorbing
separate
androids,
character,
trucker head
Fear
androids,
Station.
and even, ginger androids.
However, none of Giraud's creations were capable of matching that drive to improve that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A cute little booger so complex he'd take years after Giraud's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single cell, get it?
7
This
feet?
android possessed
Dang.
the genetic information of
DNA
all the
created
greatest
revenge.
warriors that had
Extremely
battled on
annoying to
Earth,
draw.
and when fully
Like
evolved, would
Kermit the
become
Frog.
unstoppable.
And with their DNA,
Yeah.
Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques.
A little sad
too.
that
Common among all
Takahata
of
couldn't
them
voice
is the
him,
power to
but
manipulate ki,
Devil
or
Armus
the
is a
energy
great
that
voice
exists in
actor
all
for
living
him.
things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special
wonder if the
favorite.
Cell Juniors are gonna show
weird,
up.
I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Is Chaozu human?
Oh.
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
And because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost
Oh,
of some
imagine how
keys.
Cell has
how
survived having
screwed
half
it
his
would be if
body
he had Majin
vaporized
Buu.
multiple times, and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
Sure.
Is it ever really explained why they can do that? I do not care. I do not care in the slightest. Stupid frickin'.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as teleport by locking onto a living being's key signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he's effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual shonen motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated. There's like 5 timelines.
As Cell defeated and absorbed the androids, he evolved. Not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's key wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks, and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the anime,
Frieza also survived that same blast. Other Toei characters like Garlic Jr. can create miniature black holes and nearly destroy a pocket dimension containing stars, making Frieza's feet consistent. Oh, cool.
Was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from Grand Kai's planet in heaven all the way to hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that? Key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely
is described as the size of a universe in the Daizenshu and by characters in the anime. Goku did this shortly after dying while he was still largely inferior to Cell. Okay, so he's very strong.
And, no longer wedded to Giro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son, Gohan.
After Cell arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell! Now with more lightning. In a battle for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan, and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be destroyed can always be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe is one single Cell.
Good ending. Yeah, great analysis, all things considered.
Hey, real quick, did you know Death Metal launched our own tabletop gaming channel?
I do not care about that, sorry. Okay, so they'll probably be giving they'll probably be giving Cell Universal off of that, and his speed was hundreds of billions of light years in like a minute, I think, and Cell would very largely upscale that, because, you know, he's way superior to base Goku, based on what they said. Some pocket dimension stuff, lit up the galaxy, blah, 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 and then think he was a threat to the universe, so they'll probably, you know, put him in Universal, and however much faster than light that is. Plus the whole all the techniques he has, and the whole Zenkai boost and reactor power increase. So, could be cool. I'm interested in seeing how Metal Sonic is handled with all the claims people have made in recent events with, like, Sonic Cross Worlds. Okay, let's do Metal Sonic.
Time and again, the world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil and oval Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same world and those same critters were saved by Sonic the Hedgehog. No matter how many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the blue blur, he would make his own, Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he does look metal as hell.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal with more than enough blast processing to match his prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speed.
Like, hate Sonic, 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 Sonic. I like how it branches off, like, the video. That's funny. Also, that breezy thing is hilarious. Though I think that is an Archie thing, but who cares? It's adorable.
Fast enough
seriously,
to fly to nearby
that
planets
hates
in
Sonic like
seconds.
the best
He's
thing
tougher than
ever.
Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Metal.
You don't feel like
See, there's
getting
one of the
up,
downsides of
going
watching
out,
the
or
actual
working
video
out?
instead of
Sounds like you don't
streaming it.
feel like much of a man anymore.
What?
It's not your fault.
But they do it.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest blazer, surround himself in an electric aura, or
curious
an
if you- if
impenetrable force field.
By
base
overloading
will
his
actually
circuitry
show up
with
in the final
energy,
world,
Metal
or
can
it'll just be
activate
entirely
the
video.
maximum overdrive, quadrupling his acceleration and
like, I understand
obliterating
what they did, but
anything in his
still.
path, at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodent into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper,
That
Metal
game was good.
should be able to outmatch Sonic in every
I played
way,
it on,
and yet he doesn't.
my
For
iPad
some
a while
reason,
ago.
Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality
A
that
while,
makes
I mean, like,
Sonic the
years. I
fastest
haven't used
thing
the iPad
alive.
since.
Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival
Really good at
and
editing
a
and whatnot.
burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you by Charmy B,
I haven't
you know
played that
something's
one,
gone
but
horribly wrong.
understandable.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If he was created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat, Eggman
Yeah,
took
that
Metal
panel's
back to the
adorable.
drawing board and birthed him anew. You,
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
especially after he copied Eggman's
Yeah.
intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Fair
Neo
character
Metal Sonic
evolution,
is
I'd say.
equipped with scanners in his optic receptors
Chaos
that
can-
can copy a person.
All of the above stuff. Copycat, chaos control, time stop, warping, teleportation, and spatial distortion. Power-ups. Oh, they're giving him the Chaos Emeralds and Master Emerald. So, yeah, Super is definitely, going to be used. One thing I thought of a few days ago that I hope happens, because this will be hype, is... So, basically, imagine if... while he's Super and fighting Perfect Cell, they eventually go down to the Cell games, which I'm assuming they will eventually, because, it's Cell. But, assuming that happens, basically, like versus Gohan, Cell could put him on the back foot with the Kamehameha, and then he could copy, like, the Saiyan DNA inside, Cell, and from that, basically go, like, Supersonic Squared, or Supersonic 2, or whatever, and then push Cell back, assuming he wins. Like, that would be a great way to, reference Gohan and do a hype comeback and all that. Assuming he wins, I don't know what they're going to do. Let's see.
Biodata, giving him the ability to recreate all of their abilities in seconds.
Like the Sonic Boom, Knuckles' Hammer Punch, Tails' magical swiveling asshole,
Oh, they
and
gave
Big's ability ability to suck
Two,
at fishing.
reference
Metal
points
isn't
for
just
that.
learning their
Tails
moves.
speculates
He
in
can
the IDW comics the Metal could have copied Blaze's pyrokinesis or Soul Emerald manipulation. His comments also infer the Metal can copy multiple traits at once. Fair.
more esoteric powers like silver psychokinesis, manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat guards, or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth mentioning that biological data is a
Fair.
real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's DNA.
Yeah, his copying is so busted, it doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Yeah.
And the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he
Yep.
gained his ability
Chaos
to manipulate
control.
some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes, the emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life energy. With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and completely golden, Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds are inconceivably powerful.
Sonic Speed Simulator follows Sega's character lore guidelines and shows Metal can achieve a more stable super form with the Chaos Emeralds in addition to using the Master Emerald in the audio comic. Oh, that's the first. I think that's the first time they really referenced Speed Simulator outright, though I could be wrong.
And used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should
Metal Sonic should outclass the younger classic Super Sonic, who also defied Time Eater and is capable of matching modern Super Sonic. Shadow and Silver after he is capable of is capable of matching modern Supersonic, Shadow, and Silver after copying their biodata. Super Neo Metal Sonic and modern Supersonic have also fought evenly in Sonic Speed Simulator. Okay.
just as powerful as any of them. Though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their
Eggman
abilities,
states
but
that
Metal
the Chaos Emeralds roughly matched Metal Overlord in power, making him comparable to feats or machines powered by the Emeralds or other equivalents.
never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful, their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things. After getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is more cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
That's
Hey, I'm Chad, the voice.
interesting. Okay, I'll just
Stick.
listen to this for a
And
sec.
if you don't believe me,
But what about now? That's what I thought.
look, the matchup is about to begin and we can't wait for you to see it. But first, I want to tell you about a brand new thing coming to the Death Battle store, and it's something you guys have been asking for. Matchup pitches. It's a way to meet with me and Ben, the creators of Death Battle, and pitch us a matchup that you've been wanting to see.
Interesting.
Any matchup, any way you like. We'd love to hear from you. This was originally a Kickstarter reward, but due to popular demand, we wanted to keep it going. A lot of episodes of Death Battle that are currently being worked on are because of a pitch. So we want to give each pitch the time it needs, so quantity is limited, so you better act quick. Death Battle pitches are available
Might
right
do
now
that
on
for
deathbattle.gg.
Sorry.
That's our website. That's
For,
like a Patreon
Arctic
mixed with some other
Right.
stuff. And if you're a website member, you get
Might
discounts on
do
all of our
that
merch,
for Relative
including the
Spice
pitch
and
calls.
actually have money
While you're there,
to
make sure you check out the Death Battle Retro Tee. It's a shirt we made over a decade ago. The first Death Battle shirt. I found the file and recreated it, only on a much nicer shirt. So check that out while you're there. Anyway, let's get to the fight. I know you want to see it, and Boomstick wants to see one of these copycats get copy-capped. So here we go, and remember, deathbattle.gg. We want to hear your pitches. Thanks.
Okay. So they didn't really give any calcs, but okay, so Sonic's multiverse has multiple universes. So I assume they'll have, well, I don't think it's an assumption, but Metal Sonic should logically be stronger than Cell, also in Overlord, though the super forms last a short time. Metal Sonic, can copy all your biological data and whatnot, and has time control powers and whatnot. So I could very much see them operating under the assumption that Cell could eventually outpace Metal by, growing in power because he's probably going to be given the speed advantage. Though Metal could also do the same with his copying Cell, which is pretty much inevitable. I'm going to go with Metal Sonic just to be safer, though I would not be surprised if Cell actually won. They could give some more stuff in the post-analysis, but let's see where it's going. And, man, the fight and the conclusion is going to be insane. It's like 10 minutes? At the very least, the fight's probably going to be over 5, which is going to be crazy. Really excited to see it. And that stutter in my voice is back whenever I get excited. So, let's go. It's time for a death battle.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
The one who
And
dies
of
with the most toys
Well,
wins.
I have seen this ad before. Praise Jesus,
I
man.
want
Okay, let's see how it goes. Yep.
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes you. Bring me your strongest fighter or face... Then prepare to kneel before your master.
Oh, that sounds so cool. Oh. Track sounds cool. Did you just copy his line? Oh, this looks great. Oh man, this looks so cool. Ooh.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
He copied Vegeta's line. Oh. Oh, that looks so great. This is some of his best work. Oh, the Death... Is it Death Egg? Or Little Planet? Ooh. Oh, I think that was Moro.
Fool, you're dealing with the ultimate life form.
Oh, that looks so good.
Already possesses data. Observe. Chaos. Gun.
Ooh.
Life form data successfully copied. Scum.
Ooh.
It'll take more than that to kill me. Puppet!
This is like gorgeous.
I know. Now I know everything about you, insect.
Oh, he copied his freaking move. Oh. Oh! Oh, he copied the... Oh, that's great. Oh, he copied the... Oh, yeah, I guess I can.
Don't you dare.
He copied the freaking Shining attack. That's pretty sure. Oh, Cell games. Super Perfect Cell. Oh, oh, this is so cool.
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them.
Okay, let's see. Yep.
If you are all of them, then so am I. I'll never lose to a machine like...
Yep. Oh. Dramatic finish! Huh? Oh.
I'll crush you.
Oh! Of course they had to work that in.
Oh, now Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories.
Fair enough.
Strength, speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians
Okay.
said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he can destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming
Okay. Even scaling Cell to Toei Broly, who could destroy the South Galaxy, would still be less powerful than threatening the entirety of Sonic's multiverse.
blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge
Okay, fair
in
enough.
strength.
And with Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form,
Okay.
he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable
Okay.
universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Cool.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Hey, just
Oh, that's interesting. And
heart's
again
fine.
with the stupid ads.
I'm
You
only
get an ad
sorry.
blocker at this rate.
Ignoring your heart health.
Just like Time Eater. The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers,
Both
Super Perfect
Cell and Metal skilled characters with potential infinite speed feats like Meta Cooler and Black Doom. However, these would cancel each other out with given equal leeway. Okay.
upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if any of their abilities
That's
could
funny.
tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died, and his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with chaos control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping
Okay,
time,
fair.
something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald's spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So
Okay.
hold that in mind. Abilities is roughly a wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
become more powerful in response to their opponents, aka their adaptation.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy
Yeah.
Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is
The Daizenshuu claims Perfect Cell gained 17 and 18's infinite energy it generates after absorbing them. However, not only does Cell tire against Goku, the Chaos Emeralds also grant Metal infinite energy within the Super Transformation's time limit. Okay.
fairly viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place. Quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as being able to produce
Okay,
life.
furthermore, the Earth's life force energy restored the emeralds and vice versa in Chaos and Sonic Unleashed. Chaos energy can also manipulate souls and restore life just like he. Oh.
Similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level. Just like Gohan did.
Cell might be
While Android 16, 17, and 18 lack natural ki, they can imitate it with artificial generators. Metal Sonic generators are similar, utilizing Oregon energy and another form of life energy, further reinforcing the Metal could reliably imitate ki.
do anything the Z Fighters know how to do. But that's not gonna help him, because Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Oh.
Cell just doesn't have any options to
Yeah.
retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
Why's that?
Cell died.
Oh.
Wiz, you get it? CD? Wiz, where you go? Come on back. Next
Funny.
time on
Okay, what's
Death
next?
Battle.
Huh. What? Oh! Wait. Oh.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Dagnabbit. For a sec, I thought that was Denji versus Yuji. I predicted this was going to happen this year just a few days ago, but I did not expect that this soon. I'm sure the fight's going to be interesting, but spoiler alert, I hate Bakugo. He is legitimately one of my least favorite characters in media that I have experienced in the past few years, let alone probably more, mainly because of the fact of how fans view him and how the series author views him, and because of the crap that he's gotten away with. Like, a few people might have noticed that I said I didn't really like Shigaraki. Yeah, that is mainly because of, like, different factors, and even then I can admit, okay, he's a good villain. And I can, tolerate him and all that. Bakugo just sucks. I'm sorry, but he sucks. Like, I'll probably talk more about it in, like, the actual video to, I assume, a few use begrudgment. But, to say the least, I highly dislike him. And it's kind of being a dead horse to go into it now, or to go further onto that, but it is what it is. Moving past the trash that will no doubt give Bakugo the win because, obviously Raisley doesn't scale to anything modern in Chainsaw Man. The episode was really great. In all aspects, without a doubt, Devil Artemis' best work. I'm sad he's probably no longer animating any fights for a while, if at all. Like, he's gonna quit, so... Yeah, I totally understand why, though, and can't exactly fault him for it. Because we are pricks a lot of the time. Really great fight. Yeah, sorry, I'm just a little annoyed about Bakugo, or whatever you want to call him. Sorry that dragged me down. Like, the fight was really good. Really great jokes, analysis segments, etc. Definitely, without question, one of the better fights we've had in a while, and yeah, this is better than Ichigo versus Yusuke. I was kind of surprised they did that over like more other matchups like Aang versus Traveler or whatever. I assume they'll be saving Gru versus Megamind to May for the Minions movie, which fair. I'm actually happy that was the case because now I don't have to make a trailer for it when I'm already in the middle of other stuff. Yeah, not much else to say. Sorry for being pissy over the explosion person. I'll see y'all for that. And yeah, I'll see you later. God bless, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.